Guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's have a look at Soundhound stock. We have seen this one up quite a bit in the past 6 months. You can see the trend here, up 20%. In the past month alone, we're up by 26. From the lows that we saw to the highs, we are up actually about 63. We're now seeing the stock fall a bit more, and the question is, where do we go from here? Well, over the course of this video, I'll be giving you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. Do remember, it's not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you do enjoy these sorts of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It does help me out a lot. Anyway, we might as well jump straight in. And again, what I want to acknowledge here is the trend. Now, we've obviously spoken about the past 6 months and the past month. The past month specifically, things are beginning to become interesting. We're seeing the stock obviously drop quite a bit from those levels where we were just a couple of days ago. However, what is interesting, on the 5-day chart, we're now seeing a little bit of recovery into the 28th and the 29th, which begs the question, are we beginning to find sort of a bottom here? Well, there's definitely an argument to be made for that. I mean, just have a look at what we're seeing on the stock charts here, right? We're seeing the stock basically bounce off of these levels around $11.93, $12 roughly, and obviously begin to move upwards. We need to really look at this on the 5-day chart for it to make sense. And again, you can now see that bottom coming in, and the question is, are we able to bounce off of this? Now, going forwards into the next week, as I'm sure you can imagine, I think there are a lot of things to look forwards to. Now, most importantly to speak about here is that in recent times, like I say, from about the 6th to 7th, we've seen this one see a massive gap up, and this has taken us to essentially new highs for the recent period. Now, why this is significant to the story that we're talking about here is because we've not really been able to establish any supports at these levels. Initially, we had levels about $15, $16 holding up, but then they broke, and this is really the first level that we are seeing. Now, not only that, but this is also somewhat close to a historical level of support that we have seen hold up here. If you have a look just here, it's about where we are now. And also, we're now starting to bounce off of this. Now, if we are able to hold up on these levels, and again, the momentum on Thursday and into Friday, I think was a very good sign. If we're able to hold up on these levels on the bottom side, I think we could definitely be in the territory where we're asking the questions now, can we begin to start running again, right? So, this one's really simple. To the downside, in the next week, I want to see this one hold above, we'll call it 1184, 1185 at the very lowest. Ideally, slightly above that is going to be around $12 roughly. That would be perfect. Hold on to $12 and I think we are looking very positive. If things do begin to climb and continue to climb, I think we're now looking to touch above the $13.50 range, then past that into $14, and obviously on past that into $15 and so on. Now, this really could be a very pivotal point for this stock. And again, guys, I like to give you both ends of the spectrum. I like to give you the bull case, the bear case, just so you can see the levels that I'm looking for in both scenarios. So for me, it's really simple here at the minute. I think if we are to drop below, we'll call it $12 or at least $11.50, then things are definitely moving in the wrong direction. Even if we were to push down, like I say, to $12, still not that bad, still quite bullish overall, because it means that we are beginning to find this support. But ideally, best case scenario, we go on to test, 13 plus, into 14, 15, and so on. So yeah, there's a lot to play for. I think it really is going to depend on if we can hold these levels. I think it's absolutely possible, but it's just about seeing if we can do that, and then if we can break out of other key levels. Again, 1330, difficulty here in the past back here. It's really all going to come into play, and again, past that, we're into the 14s. A push up to the 14s this week would be a very bullish sign. I think it is absolutely possible. And whilst this is of course going to be a relatively high risk, high reward play, I think there is an argument to be made, depending on your risk tolerance, that now could be an interesting time to be looking at this stock. However, I will of course leave you guys to do your own research. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I always like to get you guys' opinions. Thank you for your time, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.